Welcome to the Sine-US Jam Series. If you haven't watched the other ones, let me explain why sinus. Well, a few weeks ago I had sinus surgery, and it meant that I couldn't post videos for a few weeks because I was kind of like down and out. The second reason is that because of the sinus surgery, I decided to use my MC707 here and do tracks, just two tracks. One is a drum track, and the instrument track only with sine waves, which, if you know anything about synthesis, knows that usually isn't a person's first choice. But I decided to go with sine waves because of sinus. And what I've done is, using the MC707 here, I have added a whole bunch of effects that I think make the sine waves a little more interesting to hear. So it's very simple, straightforward series. You can see on the screen here, I have 5 tracks laid out. The first track, which I have set to record right now, is a drum track. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down just the drums alone, and then I'll play over top of them. So this is going to be a little boring, but here we go with the drums, and we record. Okay. So the drums are recording, and I'll do about 2 minutes of it, though the song in the end will probably only be 1 minute long. So the concept here is that I will lay down the drums, and then I will play them back so that I can hear them while I lay down other tracks. And what I'm going to do is I'll lay down the MIDI track with kind of a pad at the bottom, a drone note really in the case of this one, with some lead over top. And I'm going to record both the audio and the MIDI, because what I want to do is separate those tracks. So I'll record the audio and the MIDI. I'll then copy the MIDI. I'll delete one track of MIDI and just leave the pad or the drone, and the other track I'll just leave the lead part, and then I will go back and play through the MC707 back in to the DAW here so that I can separate the two and get a better balance and mix with them. So we're coming up on minute and 10 seconds, so we're almost done. I'm just going to let this go, and we'll come back in a second. Okay, so now we're back. We have 2 minutes of the track, and I'm just going to set this up so that I can see the end, wherever that is. And come on, let's show our flags. There's our end point, so we'll just drag that down that way, and we'll fit the timeline to the contents. Come on. There we go. Okay, so there's our 2 minutes of drum tracks. We're going to turn off record. Okay, now we're going to set record for the MIDI and the audio. And I'm just going to hit record there and record there. I'm going to turn off the drums on the machine, otherwise it'll record it back into these tracks here. So we have our MIDI track up here, and we have our audio track down here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to press record, and then I'm going to start to play. And I'm going to use my keyboard. I have an Arturia keyboard here, and this will be how I play the instrument track on the MC707. Let's just make sure we have level. We could use a little more level, eh? Okay, so we got some level here. So here we go. So there's our drone. And I'll probably just let that fade out. Okay, so now what we've done is we've recorded our MIDI with the audio, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just reverse these. I like the audio above the MIDI. I don't know why, but it just feels good. Okay, so we've got this track here, which if we play it, with the lead. But what I want to do is create a situation where I can maybe play around with the pad or the drone, shall we say, and the lead part. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this track here, the MIDI, and copy it, and then I'm going to put it down here. Okay, so now we have 2 copies of the MIDI, and I'm going to go here, and I'm going to make this top one the pad. So I'm going to open that up and take a look at why I don't, there it is. Okay, and we're going to delete all of the lead part on it and leave the pad. Let's just make sure we got the pad fine. Okay, so we're deleting the lead part. Boom. So now all we have is the pad up here. Then we're going to go down to this track, and I have run into challenges previous, but I think this will work, where it deleted both because I had the tracks were copies of each other. Nope, okay, we got it. Okay, so now we have the lead track here and the pad up here. We don't need this anymore, so we're going to delete that. Now what we have to do is we don't want the drums to record, so we need to mute the drum track, or it is going to record on top through the audio. It'll come right through my system here. We also need to mute this track here, otherwise the lead will come through. So now what we have is we have this track armed to record audio. We're going to go right back to the beginning here, and we'll just get the pad track. That's all we're going to have now. And all we're going to hear is the pad track. We won't hear the drums or the lead at all. So here we go. And no pad. Oh, why? Interesting. Do I have to tell it to record? Always a mystery. Okay, so let's finish that off. Let's try that again. Okay, I'm confused. Am I hitting play instead of record? Let's try that again. Let's go back. Let's hit record and see what we get. Why are they not talking to one another? I have a feeling it's because I need to tell it that it's the MC707 that we're doing. There's always some mystery with all of this, eh? Delete MC707. MC707. We're going to back up. Here we go again. One more time with feeling. Voila! MC707 needed to be turned on. It's interesting because I did not have it set. Oh, I know why. Because it was the Arturia that it was picking up. That's right. Okay. You learn something new every day. So this is obviously rather boring. The drone is just going to go on and on. So I think what we'll do is I'll just cut away now and come back when it's done. Okay, so we're back. We've now recorded the drone part. We're going to turn off this. We're going to mute this track. We're going to mute this track. We're going to unmute this track, and now we're going to set the lead audio track on. So now what's going to happen, in theory, is that we're now going to record just the lead. Again, we won't hear the other tracks, or they would come through my system here and onto the track, and then I'd lose the mix. So here we go. And we're waiting for the lead to come up. It's going to come very soon. And the lead's coming now. There we go. It worked. All right. Okay. So the lead now is recording, much like what we did with the pad. So again, you don't need to listen to it all. We're just going to cut away for a moment until it's done, and then we'll come back. Okay, so now we're back, and we've recorded both of the pad and lead tracks. Now what we'll do is we're going to mute this MIDI, and we're going to unmute this and unmute this. So let's see what we've got at the moment. So, obviously way out of balance. We need to take the pad way down. So I'm going to bring my controller over here. Okay, so. Okay, rather than talking over top of this, I made a template in advance, and I put in some of the things that I thought may be most relevant. I may or may not use them, but one of the things that I want to do is maybe bring up the drum track a bit. So let's just listen to the drum track on its own, and then so I have a Pultec here, and let's just try a couple of things with it. That doesn't seem to do much. I like tight, punchy, tighter and brighter. Not really hearing a lot. Oh, there, that's pretty deep. Try drum room crunch. Oh, I like that. Okay. And we also have a compressor. I have it on 808 enhanced. Let's hear without it. Ooh. Let's try drum room. Oh, I like that. It's pretty aggressive though. Let's take that down a little bit in volume. Okay. And let's get back to this. Let's see what the EQ says here. Okay, so that's the frequency range here. And if we go to the lead, so we can see the lead is up here, and the drones are down here. So I think what I'd like to do is take some of the top end off of the drone. And I think some of the bottom end off as well. Doesn't need to compete. Okay, so I think that tightens them up. Okay. The other thing I have is expander, and I haven't turned them on. Let's turn on. So I have some FX tracks. I have a reverb, expander, and delay, all TC electronic. So let's go back and just let's just solo the drums with and without the expander. Oh yeah, I love what that's doing. In case you're wondering, the expanders, oh, that's, what did I do? Oh, okay, that's reverb. Well, the reverb sounds good, but that was the expander that I was trying. Oh, I don't have any reverb on it. I wonder if I should put some reverb on the drums. Let's try that. Ooh, way too much. Okay, so I could spend a lot of time on mixing here, and I'm sure you're not all excited about that. The one thing I will do is I know this is wrong, totally wrong, but I kind of just these are so simple, just two tracks basically. And so what I try and do here is master within it. So on my mix bus, okay, I have a limiter. Let's turn it on. Limiter, just taking it down a dB, make sure it doesn't go over the top. And then I have the black box. I have it set for mud reduction, just adding a little bit of saturation. Then compressor, the Manley compressor set for master bus mix. And then I have Ozone 11, which I don't have on at the moment. I'll set it to learn. I found with this kind of thing, maybe it isn't the best choice. Then I have the ATR 102 set for classic warm master, because those tend to be kind of digital and cold. And then another limiter, because by this time something is probably too high. So look, I've turned this, I'll turn this on and off, and you can hear what's going on. And on. Crunchy. I wonder if that's primarily yeah, that's from the compressor. I'm not sure I need it. So let's see what Ozone does here. Okay, so we're gonna turn on Ozone. I'm gonna set it to learn. This might get really loud. Come on, you can find it. So it thinks this is EDM. I'm not sure anybody could dance to it, but okay. Ooh, got some nice top end there. Let's see what it's saying. That's the rebalance. That's the EQ taking out the middle. Imager. EQ doesn't like those frequencies. Let's try that again. And then the maximizer. I think that's just a little bit too aggressive. I have a feeling the black box is overdriving it a little bit. Okay, so I will play around with this more. You don't need to watch this on camera, but the thing I need to do is decide how we're going to end this. So let's just go here and see what we got happening. Now, other one I did had a board fade, but I'm wondering whether we can just end this like this. Let's see what we got happening. Yeah, I like that. Okay, just kind of a thump thump. Let's try that again. Good. Okay, we'll back that off. Move our end up to there. Okay, so that's basically sinus number 2. The first one I called Unplugged, in reference to the surgery. This one's kind of nice and bright and happy. So I'll try and come up with a cool name that's somehow sinus related, but is bright and happy. Maybe Breath. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to call this Breath. Okay, so anyways, thank you for your patience of watching this. I hope that it was useful for you. I will post this song at the end of this, but I'll also post it separately. So thank you so much for watching this. Bye-bye.